One of my favorite television programs is called How's It Made? Maybe you've seen it. It's a program where they go in and show different processes on how anything is made. So this is kind of my version of how it's made in terms of milling and dealing with big slabs. So I've got this extraordinary walnut log that I started milling a couple weeks ago. Maybe you saw the video. And this is finishing up the project. So come on with me and let's get out to the sawmill. Okay, I've finished cutting the log down as far as I want to go, and I put the planer blade on here. And you can see this black walnut log. I run the planer over it to level out all the saw marks and make a smooth surface. So next what I've got to do is I've got to take the planer blade off, put the regular blade back on, take this whole unit off of here. I've got some wheels over there. And I've got to lift this. Of course, I got to move all the stuff in front of it. And then I have to come with the bobcat and lift this up and flip it over and put it on two rails, 4x4s or 4x6s. I'm going to peel all the bark off of it to leave a natural edge, which is kind of cool. I've got all these little things on here. It's about a 10-minute job to swap the planer blade out back to the saw blade. Here's a little better view of the planer. It's got a 4-sided carbide insert cutter, and it planes on this bottom surface and a little bit on that top surface. So in essence, it's got 4 sharp surfaces. It's a pretty expensive tool. It cost me about $1,000. And once the planer is off, I can put the blade back on here. I've got about a dozen of these blades, and I can sharpen these tips right on the machine. It's a fairly high maintenance blade. You've got to sharpen it about every hour of use, and these tips can be replaced as well. But it's fairly simple. There's 5 bolts that go on here that are backed up with nuts on the back, and that's how it works. It's kind of cool. When you peel the bark off and it's fresh, the walnut is white as can be, but because the bark was already pre-peeled on all this part way, you can see that it oxidizes and discolors. And that'll turn brown in a matter of half an hour to an hour. These little points are really sharp. As I was working on it, I just kind of banged my finger down over here and caught it right on this little sharp point right here. Maybe it was that one. There's a little... Whew, look at that one. That is really sharp. Maybe I need to take a hammer to all these points before I get started. And there it is. That's the bottom side. I've already surface planed the other side, so what I'll do is I'll swap out the planer disc again and clean up this bad end down here, and it's going to be a pretty interesting looking slab.